Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. My name is Yawen and I am a mom of two little babies, well, a toddler and a baby. My toddler's name is Cassian. He is a year and a half, and I just recently had my daughter. Her name is Ripley and she is about 1.5 months. So yeah, things are quite hectic in my house right now, but I just wanted to sit down quickly and film this video, and it's going to be 10 things I wish I knew as a first-time parent, or before I became a first-time parent probably. So some of these things people have told me or I've read about, but like I just didn't believe them at the time, I guess. And so now I can confirm that these are true. But these are all going to be my personal experiences, so it might not be the same for everyone, so just keep that in mind. So let's get started. The first thing is very cliche is that yes, things go by so fast, but what I wanted to say is that like it's so easy to forget what each stage of their babyhood is like. What I mean is, like, since we just had our baby Ripley, I was trying to think back to like, oh, how was Cassian at this age, or how was his delivery different than hers? And then I like honestly can't remember about Cassian's like newborn stage that much. So yeah, it felt like it went by super fast, and then I don't remember a whole lot about it, which I think part of it is because like so that you would have multiple babies, so because you don't remember the hard parts. I don't know. What I will say about that is that do take a lot of pictures, especially videos too. Even if people are like, oh my god, you're posting about your kids all the time, or all your pictures on your phone or of your kids. I think that was a great idea, just so they can document everything, because honestly it's just a very quick phase, and you may not have a lot of memories of it. Like now, even thinking about Ripley as a newborn, I don't even really remember how it felt to hold her, how tiny she was. I mean, I know she was really, really tiny. She was only like 5 pounds something. And now she's like 10 pounds, but just know that everything will go by super fast. Enjoy everything, try to document everything. That's part of the reason why I have this YouTube channel, is try to document it and share with family that can't see the babies in real life. The next thing that I wish I knew before I became a first-time parent is that at the hospital after you deliver, they kind of throw you out to the wolves. Like, you are discharged if you had like a vaginal birth, delivery, and your baby didn't have any complications. You're pretty much discharged within like a day or two after having the baby. Like this time with Ripley, I only stayed in the hospital full 24 hours one day. So I went to the hospital in the morning, had her in the afternoon. The next day was a full 24 hours in the hospital, and then right after that we got discharged in the morning. So it wasn't even 3 full days. And as a first-time parent, you're already kind of like unsure what you're doing, and then they kind of just like, okay, you got this, you can leave now with this brand new baby. So that was a little jarring. And then we didn't even take any parenting classes or anything. I did some research online, watched some YouTube videos, so we weren't the most prepared. So the first time it was definitely a little overwhelming. If we had to do things differently, I probably would have taken some classes. Third is that breastfeeding can be so hard and disappointing and frustrating, because when I first found out I was pregnant, I knew for sure I wanted to breastfeed, and I thought it would be easy because, you know, humans and animals have been doing it for like thousands of years, since the beginning of time. But then, so it should be like a natural thing. But it is so hard to get baby to latch on correctly, because if they don't, then it really, really hurts. And then your milk doesn't come like right away after you have the baby. So for a while, like the first couple of days, they're not getting much milk from you, and then that like stressed me out so much. Even though they say that whatever they are getting from you is what they need, like the colostrum, just a little bit goes a long way, but it still stressed me out so much. And then also when you're breastfeeding, you don't exactly know how much they're getting at a time, which also stressed me out. So that's why right now I'm mostly pumping and then feeding to the baby. But breastfeeding is so hard, and it's not for everyone. But yeah, that's just something that I did not expect it to be that hard. And then even now, I am pumping and then feeding to Ripley, but sometimes I'll just put her straight on the breast as well. And it seems like she latches pretty well, but then she'll like start squirming for no reason and then delatch. I'm not sure why she does that. And also, the babies are really prone to fall asleep while breastfeeding, like on the boob. The doctor's office in the hospital told me to like try to feed her with like no clothes on so she feels cold and they'll stay awake, or try to like tickle her chin and stuff like that just to try to get her to feed. So yeah, that has been a struggle even as a second-time mom. And the fourth thing is you'll definitely feel like you'll never ever sleep again. You'll feel like you will never sleep through the night again, and it feels very hopeless. For the first couple of months, because they're feeding constantly, like every 2-3 hours as newborns, and when they poop, they like have a lot of blowouts as newborn for some reason, because I guess it's so watery, I'm not sure, but there's a lot of feedings, a lot of burping, a lot of diaper changes. However, the feeling will go away in a couple of months, hopefully, once your baby starts to do longer stretches. But I do remember feeling the hopelessness of never going to get enough sleep again, because I love sleeping in. So now we never sleep in past 8, which is a lot different than pre-baby. But you just get used to it. Like, we're used to getting up early now, but given the chance to sleep in, we will still sleep in. Fifth one is newborn clothing and newborn diapers. The babies will outgrow them so fast, because those sizes, I think it's like from 6 pounds to 10 pounds. So if you had like a baby that's like 8 or 9 pound baby already, they're gonna outgrow those items in like weeks. So even with Ripley, she was born around 6 pounds. And then about the time she was 1 month old, she was almost 10 pounds. So at that point, she was out of her newborn clothes and diapers. So I would suggest not stocking up too much on those. So we had just a couple of newborn outfits, and then mostly stocked up on 0 to 3 months clothes, because I think that'll last her till at least, hopefully, when she's 3 months. Next is that daycares have like a long wait. Like, some of them have like a year-long wait, so you may need to start calling around for daycare options and get on their wait list when you're just like in your first trimester. I did not know that. I thought they just always had availability for some reason. And also, they are very, very expensive. So we live in Virginia, and Cassian just started going to daycare full-time, 5 days a week, and it is $276 a week, which is pretty expensive. And then I'm not looking forward to putting Ripley in there as well, because that's just gonna double it, and that's like so expensive. But just know that that's not forever, and I'm very fortunate that we actually are able to put the kids in daycare, because then we can still work at our jobs, because that's needed. And then also know that when they start daycare, they're probably gonna get sick right away, and then multiple times a year, because we put Cassian in daycare when he was 10 months old, and prior to that he was never sick, and now he's like sick every month. He's had fevers, coughs that led to like bronchitis where he needed antibiotics. Now he has hand, foot, and mouth. He also had roseola. Yeah, kids are just nasty and very contagious at daycare. But I know he's getting the good social interaction that he needs, and also it's building up his immune system, hopefully. Next is that I did not realize before becoming a parent that how often babies need to go to the doctors for like just regular wellness checkups the first year of their life. So like after you're discharged from the hospital, in like the next day they want to see the baby at the pediatrician's office. Depending on how they do there, they might need to schedule another appointment a few days from them to do like a weight check to make sure they're gaining weight fine, not losing weight. And then you have your 2-week checkup, your 1-month checkup, your 2-month checkup, your 3-month checkup. I think after 3 months, maybe you go at 6 months and then 9 months, something like that. But there's a lot of appointments the first year. And at most of the appointments, they're going to be getting a vaccine or 4. I think 4 or 5 was the most he got at one point, which was very sad to watch. But yeah, so just be prepared for that, and there's going to be a lot of tears, but of course it's what's the best for the babies, but I just didn't realize it would be so often. But it makes sense because they're so little and they grow so fast that they would need constant monitoring. And I think a lot of it, the checkups is based on the vaccine schedule. So maybe like since you're there for the vaccine already, might as well do a wellness checkup on you as well. And the next thing is that once you have a baby, there could be a lot of tension or resentment between you and your partner, I feel like, personally. Just because you know you're both doing what's the best for the baby, but sometimes it's like easy to blame the other person. Like for example, both of the babies have like a lot of vomiting issues. I'm not sure why. I think a lot of babies just do. But then every time the babies would puke, I would ask Will, like, are you sure you fed him right? Maybe you pushed the bottle in too hard, even though he's doing it right. But it's just easy to kind of like blame the other person. And also, if the mom is breastfeeding and is getting up with the baby by herself most of the night, then it's easy to like look over and see your husband sleeping and feel that kind of resentment. But I would just say give each other a lot of grace and patience, and just know that you're each doing the best for your baby. And also, you know how some people like say having a baby could save a marriage, or they try to have a baby to save a marriage. I don't think that's a good idea. If anything, it's probably gonna end your marriage. Just kidding. Just kidding. It does definitely make us stronger as as a couple, but there are things about having a baby that tests the relationship, but you'll end up being stronger for it, or maybe not, who knows. But yeah, try to be patient with each other and just be nice to each other. Next is that if you really wanted one sex of the baby and then you get the opposite sex, you may feel like, what do they call it, gender disappointment during pregnancy. And I felt that a little bit with Cassian because I really wanted a little girl. I felt a little sad in the beginning, but then as time went on, as I started getting like these cute little boy clothes and started decorating his room, and then it just like started going away. I didn't really care anymore. And of course, once I actually met him and he was here in my arms, I don't know why I ever was disappointed or questioned why he wasn't a girl. But yeah, like I love being a mom to a little boy. Wouldn't have it any other way. Of course, now I have Ripley as a girl, but if she was another boy, I would have been perfectly fine with it as well. So it's very normal to have gender disappointment, but it'll pretty much go away well before your baby's born, or at least as soon as you meet your baby, it will be out the door, and then you are just going to be perfectly happy with whatever gender your baby is. Last thing, I think most people probably expect this and know it to be true, that this is the most rewarding thing that you could do in your life, is becoming a parent. Before having kids of my own, I wasn't really a kids person or a babies person. Like they were fine, but I wasn't like the one in the room that always wanted to hold a baby or would be playing with the kids at like family events and stuff. Will was like that. He's super into kids and kids really love him. But I was never like that. But of course, as soon as you see your own kid, you immediately fall in love, and the love just keeps growing as they keep growing, and you see their little personalities. And of course, parenthood tests you in ways that you never even expected, and in a lot of the ways it's the most difficult thing you've ever done, but also the most rewarding thing. I will say in the newborn phase, it wasn't my favorite. You don't get a whole lot of interaction or feedback from the kids, but once they hit like toddlerhood, maybe like once they're 1, or even before then, when they can interact with you, when they can smile and coo back at you, it's just the best thing ever. And now Cassian is learning new things all the time. He understands so much now and can express himself pretty well, and it is adorable to see their little personality, to hear their pitter patter of their feet running across the floor, to see them having their own mind and thought process. Like now Cassian will like choose his own shoes that he wants to wear, and then he'll tell you, no, I don't want to wear, I mean, he won't say tell me, but he'll like let me know in his own way that he doesn't want to wear the shoe or doesn't want certain something. And then you see them learning to use like utensils, and learning like different people in their lives. I like just seeing him having different relationships with like other family members, and it is just so adorable. And then now seeing him interact with Ripley, it just warms my heart, and I just think the best years are even still to come, but so far it's been the most rewarding thing that has ever happened to me, and my most proud accomplishment is being a mom. Anyway, so that concludes the 10 things I wish I knew or I wish I believed as a first-time parent. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you would like to see more of our videos, please subscribe to this channel. We do a lot of motherhood videos, a lot of vlogs, and a lot of clothing hauls if you like that kind of stuff. So I would love to have you on my channel, and then I'll see you guys in the next video.